Ladies and gentlemen, Geri Petito.
I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time, this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Geri Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Loves the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.
When you don't know just what to do,
Just what to do, just what to do.
if what you're feeling is really true,
Is it really true? Is it really true?
just keep your ideas safe and sound.
Safe and sound, safe and sound.
That's exactly how change is found.
Change is found, change is found. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time, this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Geri Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Loves the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Geri Petito Show on Hamilton Radio. Guys, everyone and anyone out there who knows me knows I am the author of I'm Not an Addict, I'm Just an Ass. I'd rather be a smart ass than a dumb ass, guys. Because 31 years ago, almost 32 now, I was a dumbass. But through the grace of God, 32 years later, I could honestly say I'm now a smart ass. And yes, the word ass is in the Bible over 40 times, and it means donkey, and that's what I was. Guys, having said that, I'm a nutritional health coach, I'm a recovery coach. All my services to you are free. The last 2 years especially, 2.5 years, it's been the toughest for everyone all over the world, not just here. And everyone out there needs to know they're not alone. We have to start looking at addiction differently, guys. We have to know two important things here. We do not have a disease forever, and we are not powerless, not over anything, especially with God behind us. Okay? So having said that, if anyone wants my book, I think it could help save a life, you can go to Simon & Schuster's own bookstore, Archway Publishing. It's everywhere, Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, it's all over. BAM now, I heard. But guys, listen, if someone out there truly, truly, truly cannot afford my book, please reach out to me, okay? I just really mean this from the bottom of my heart. More now than ever, everyone out there needs to know they're not alone. I'm always here if you need me. So having said that, can you also go to the Geri Petito Show YouTube channel and come on, say hey, all right? Let's go, because I have some really cool things going on now. Subscribe. I have a really cool guest with me. It finally happened, guys. It finally happened. And I got some information from her, and you know what? I wrote a poem, and I am going to read the poem about my incredible guest, and then, you know what, I think I'm gonna do that first, Car, because what I would like to do is let everyone hear your story a little from this perspective, right? And then we're gonna have you talk about it, okay?
That's right. Thank you.
All
I'm
right,
so
sweetie.
honored.
So let's do it. Here we go. Karen Wallo. My guest tonight, you all should know. Let me introduce Karen Wallo. A mutual friend who said we should meet. John Terlizzi's the guy who gave you this seat. She wears many hats with interest galore. A very busy lady who pushes for more. A singer, musician, and artist, writer, photographer, and poet. Encouraged by your parents looking down from heaven, you know it. You love taking photos of nature, sharing God's design. Hiking is also something you do to help your soul shine. An animal lover you are, on the earth and under the sea, especially wolves and horses, makes you happy as can be. On a mission to end their pain, endangered species need our love. All of these creatures I've mentioned were made by our God up above. Your sensitivity to others' pain has helped you spread God's word. God creates each human to go out and now be heard. Ping pong and chess are your games. Mine too. Fave colors, cobalt, blue, and red. Abstract painting is your thing. Mine too. From your heart, your soul, and your head. Your dream is to use God's gift and share them with the world. Once you leave this place, your mark will then be hurled. Your bucket list ain't complete until Ireland you see. Also the Northern Lights, both will come to be. 100% check you thought you were, till DNA test showed you more. 50% check and 50% Irish is really your inner core. A hopeless romantic who simply loves love, who easily forgives him from up above. You love your family, you love your friends, but God and Jesus, your love extends. That's for you, girlfriend.
I'm going to cry.
Okay, don't
This
cry.
is not good. I'm going to cry.
That's for you.
Oh, my God. That was so beautiful. Thank you, Jer.
You're welcome,
I will
sweetheart.
cherish that.
Thank you.
I don't want my makeup to run.
Okay, so no making your
No
makeup
crying.
run,
But it's
okay?
happy tears, though. It's happy tears.
So Karen, why
Yes.
don't you start and tell everyone a little bit about your story?
My story. Okay. Wow. It goes way back. Since we're talking about my various skills or talents that God gave me, I started on the Emily organ when I was 5 years old. You know, those little tiny little things? And I would hear a song, and I guess I had perfect pitch even back then, and I would just play it. And my father, William Wallo, he would just be hysterical. He'd be, my daughter's a prodigy. And from there, my father and I used to draw together. And so I had an interest in art, you know, from really early on. And then in grammar school, when I was about maybe 8 or so, I actually drew a doggy with my dad. He helped me a little bit. And I won a gold medal. What do you know?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And it started from there. And I remember my choir director in grammar school in 8th grade, she told me, she said, you're going to be a professional singer when you grow up. And I said, really? Okay. Well, she was right. Her name was Mrs. Prajgintas, and I really loved her. And then in high school, I was, again, everything, even though I was headed towards being a math major in college, which is what I ended up majoring in initially, I was, you know, in the thespians, doing plays, and in the choir, and the bel cantos, and then I sang in an opera, New
I have to
Jersey.
interrupt you.
Yes.
Stop at sang in an opera. You
Okay.
just said something that cracked me up.
Okay,
So
tell me.
you majored in math?
Yes.
So, okay. What everybody out there doesn't know is that Karen and I found out we have so many things in common.
Cosmic.
Okay, so we're both artists. I actually went to art school in New York in '79, School of Visual Arts. I'm a poet. I've won contests in poetry. I'm an author now, a writer, right? All that cool stuff. And I love animals. I've had every pet in the world, including snakes. I've had snake massages. I mean, I'm crazy.
I love
okay?
snakes.
I was face to face with a crocodile in Australia. I'm not kidding you. I'm crazy. And I also went to the wolf farm here. So I love everything she does except one thing, math. So now what's surprising is I'm completely right-brained. All that creativity. I don't really have much left brain. You might have a little bit of both for you to be okay with math.
Well, actually, no, because the kind of math that I'm okay with is advanced crazy calculus and linear algebra.
Yeah, no.
It's totally abstract. If you ask me to do a fraction, I can't do it. If you ask me to do basic math, I'm horrible.
Oh, okay, I feel better. All
No,
right,
I'm
continue.
serious. It's only the wild abstract stuff.
Okay, then okay, go
You'd
ahead.
probably be really good at that
That's
too,
so
actually.
funny. I can solve problems, so that might be where you're going.
Yeah,
All right,
exactly.
continue.
So actually, speaking of math, as soon as I had to take probability and statistics in college at Montclair State University, I changed my major because it was too normal. That was the normal math that
I feel better.
am terrible at. Okay, so then I switched to psychology. Big mistake because I thought I had everything that I was learning about, you know. But all along, always taking a lot of fine art classes, and I was in music, and I was in my first band professionally when I was 21 years old, you know, just like a few weeks ago, right?
Okay,
Right,
like a few
Jerry?
weeks ago. That's right. That's right.
Anyway, and it all started from there. And I went on and I got actually certified as a drug and alcohol counselor. I had a graduate degree in that, in counseling, at Robert Wood Johnson's UMD-MJ. And so that was my education. And then I started singing professionally, and then I just never really used what I went to college for, except for dealing with crazy people. I use that on occasion.
So, okay, I'm cracking up over here because you're using the mic properly. I have
Of
to
course,
tell
I'm a
mostly-
singer.
That's right. I have to tell most of my guests, get closer, please, get closer, please. I'm like, with my hand, perfect, thank you.
You're welcome. Now, I use a mic all the time. I'm in 3 bands, and I don't know if we want to start talking about that if we're still dealing with my history. But anyway, so I started singing when I was 21 professionally. I've been on the road. I've met a lot of interesting, famous people. I sang in Austria and lived there in the 90s. I was in a band called Moaning Lisa.
I loved Austria.
Austria's
I've been all over
fabulous.
the world. I love it. Continue.
Yes, isn't Austria fabulous?
Amazing, not just fabulous.
And I touched Mozart's piano.
That's
Did you?
No, but that's cool.
It said not to, and that meant to do it.
Oh, wait.
What?
Yes, I did. I apologize.
You
Yes,
touched
I did.
Mozart's piano?
I forgot about that
Oh
because
my
there was a
God.
sign and it said, do not touch.
Exactly,
Okay.
and that means touch.
My
right?
father grabbed my arm. I forgot that's where it was. My father grabbed my arm, and I did it with the other arm, and he just went, ay, ay, ay.
I love it.
I jumped on Elvis Presley's bed on the Lisa Marie. Plastic, do not touch.
In
I jumped on
Graceland?
it,
I love it.
And the plane and the alarms went off. I was like, this is great. I want to get arrested.
I know, right?
Go ahead.
We are sisters, I
Okay,
think.
that's
Come on, this
crazy.
is getting too nuts.
That's crazy.
Well, I almost touched one of Jackson Pollock's original paintings and set off the alarms in New York City in the museum, too. If something says don't do it, that means to
That's
do
right.
it, right?
That's right.
Exactly. We are rebels. But anyway, so I lost my train of thought. What was I talking about?
You were talking about Austria.
Austria, yes. That was an amazing experience. I love Europe in general. I really do. And I was living there, and that was phenomenal, except for the fact that the people I was living with didn't speak hardly any English. So it was a lot of, hi, yeah, mm-hmm. And I didn't have a car, so I had to hitchhike my way everywhere. And it was really a fascinating experience. And let's see. After that or before that, who knows, I was actually with the Box Tops. They're a pretty well-known band, very well-known. They did a song called The Letter.
That's right.
You know, give me
My
a
baby,
ticket for an
my
hour.
baby,
Oh, wait a minute,
Romeo.
we're not allowed to sing.
I know, but I can't sing, so they're not going to worry about
okay.
me.
Well, anyway, I did a whole Grace Slick thing, saying like White Rabbit, Somebody to Love, and all of that, and went on the road. That was super cool. I was like singing in front of like 20,000 people at Troy Music Hall. I had my own makeup artist. We had lobster backstage. I wasn't a vegan then.
Good, glad to hear it, because I'm a vegan.
But
ahead.
then I was eating lobster. Okay. Anyway, that's another thing we have in common. So that was an amazing experience. I traveled all over in a bus. I met all kinds of interesting people, the Coasters, the Drifters, the Orlons, David Jones from the Monkees, and he's very cute.
I love Davy Jones.
I know. He's very short, though. I was actually taller than him, which is pretty interesting. But anyway, so that was a really cool experience. And I'm just sort of free-flowing thoughts of different things. I've been in a road band called The Hits, and that was many moons ago. And we played a lot in Florida, but we went all over the place. Some really cool people that I met when I was playing in Marco Island, Florida at the Marriott. And I'm on stage singing with my band, and I look out into the audience, and who do I see but Bono from U2? I'm like, whoa. And my guitar player at the time, who was my boyfriend, was crazy about U2. So I turned to him and I said, Joe, look over there. And he almost had a heart attack. And then I turned around to the drummer and I said, we have to do that song, We Are the World, because he sings on that song, and I'll call him up. So we started the song, and I went like this, and he walks up on the stage. I have photos to prove this. Comes around me, puts his arm around me, uses my mic, initially sang slightly flat, but then was perfect. And it was the best we ever sounded. He was so cool, such a nice person, and, you know, just lovely. And he said to me, you have star potential, never stop singing. You got to keep pursuing your dreams, and, you know, gave me all these pep talks and stuff. And anyway, the guys in the band teased me about this for like years after that. Like every time we would see anything, a shrub, they'd be like, look, it's Bono, you know. So I was totally starstruck. But anyway, all right, I don't want to like monopolize the conversation here, Jer.
That's so cool. I mean, we love hearing about all these incredible people.
Yeah, it was really, really fun. Yeah, I've met a lot of really interesting, fascinating people, you know, in my travels just singing. Paul Simon, Yeah, just all kinds of flock of seagulls. When I was playing at the Marriott in Marco Island, we were the house band. So we were there for like 3 months. It was so much fun. They had like 3 pools, and we had like a suite, and it was just wonderful. And that's where I met Bono, Flock of Seagulls. Also became really good friends with Matt Fournette from Loverboy. There's a story in there too. And it's a whole long
Well,
story.
hold that story.
Okay.
You know what I think we're going to do?
What are we gonna
Let's
do?
give everybody a treat and play one of your tracks.
Cool.
All right? Ruben.
This is an old song, a little outdated, but what the heck.
No, we love old songs.
Okay.
No.
All right.
So, all right, Ruben, hit us with a track.
This is called Rain Away My Sorrow, and I'm singing with myself.
This one, the right one? Right
Yes,
one?
this is the right one. I'm harmonizing with myself through the whole thing.
I lay awake with the thought of life in my room on a bedroom floor. Underneath my ceiling fan, I see a crack on an open door. Suddenly there's a breath of life. Darkness won't call my name. Rain away my sorrow. Take me home forever. Make me safe on lonely nights. Hold me tight through the night. Feel alright. Do you think if a teardrop falls, is it fate of a happy song? Or do you think of a lonely heart with no one there to stop your fall? The one thing I know for sure, if you're true, you're not to blame. Rain away my sorrow. Take me home forever. Make me safe on lonely nights. Hold me tight through the night. Feel alright. Did you know I have a lonely heart? Are you brave? Can you hear my call? Do you think there is a way that we could be as one again? All I know is that if we could sing, our happy song would then begin. Rain away my sorrow. Take me home forever. Make me safe on lonely nights. Hold me tight through the night. Feel alright.
Absolutely beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
You co-wrote that song.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about it.
Okay. Like I said, it's a little bit dated, a little bit corny, but it was written in the 2000s somewhere. I don't know, the mid 2000s with Nick Pinney. And we were just hanging out one day and just started writing songs. There's really not a big story with this.
Okay.
But Rain Away My Sorrow, I mean, I just kind of a play on words, which you're excellent at, because I love the poetry.
Oh,
I
thank
love
you,
your
Kat.
poetry and your writing in general. So anyway, I guess I'm kind of a deep thinker, you know. I'm not really one for, hey, let's talk about the weather, you know. So whether it's my poetry, my songs, my art, which I'll talk about too, you know, everything is just profound because life is profound,
Right.
right? Is it not?
So, all right, let's talk a little bit about your art. Let's show some of
Okay.
your art first
All
of
right.
all.
That sounds good because I could go on and on talking about my bands, which I will as well. Okay. This painting is called Ethereal Angel. And as you can see, there's an angel in there, and it's an abstract. I really love abstract realism, where it's abstract, but there's something that you can recognize in it. This painting, oh, it's such a long story, but if you look at this, if you can see that angel in this particular little pamphlet was actually sold to a chiropractor in Vegas years ago, and when she moved it into storage temporarily, someone broke in and vandalized it. So, yeah. And I only recently started painting again. I haven't painted for 5 years. The last 2, as Geri mentioned, with COVID, everybody's just been crazy and it's been tough. But I met someone who just fell from the sky, who is now my art manager. His name is Bob Turco. And thanks to him and all the love and appreciation of my talents, I started painting again. So this was the second of 7 that I've done in just 2 months. There's another one here to show too.
Yes, show us.
Okie dokie.
It's beautiful.
Thank you. Okay. Oh, this is bigger.
Okay.
Good thing I didn't bring my 4 feet by 4 feet one. So this is called Sunset Over Paradise. And it's actually, I was commissioned to do a painting like this 3 years ago. But then COVID happened, and we all went nuts temporarily. Anyway, so I finally did it. It's an art collector of mine who turned to be like a brother, like a dear friend, just like my art manager, Bob Turco, has become my brother as well. So this is his painting, and I put all my heart and soul in it. And again, even though it's realism, you can hopefully see my signature colors and things.
Beautiful.
Yeah, thank you.
It's beautiful. Okay. So now show some of these.
Yes. This is a big deal. Okay. This was, I would say, one of the most amazing moments of my entire life. And I'm very emotional, being very right brain, being an artist, a singer, a writer, etc., like yourself. A lot of right brain activity.
Yeah.
I think about this moment, and it was a 4-state museum competition. And there were thousands of artists who tried to get in this show. Most of them got only 1 painting selected. Well, the previous director of the Guggenheim, Elizabeth Herridge, when it was at the Venetian in Vegas, let me put 2 paintings in the show, which was like, that alone was amazing. So when we had a big wine and cheese reception for this show, this competition of 4 states of artists, I walked in, and the curator of the museum said to me, "You're going to have a good night tonight, Karen." Okay. And his wife shoved him and said, "Shut up, you're ruining the surprise, shut up." So I figured, I'm going to get honorable mention or something like that. I won 1st place in painting oil acrylics. Oh,
that's
my
cool.
Gosh. You see the blue ribbon I'm holding? I mean, of course I started crying hysterically, because I'm an emotional person. And it was one of the best moments of my life. So this is the painting right here that I won it for. It's called Purple Twilight. It's sold to a doctor in Las Vegas for $4,500. And yeah, that was an exciting experience, let me tell you. Really an honor. And this is some of my other work too. Just, little pamphlets. You can go to my website as well, KarenWallo-fineart.com, and see a lot of my work, all of my work there. And another really exciting thing that my art manager, Bob Turco, is helping me with is something that I want to show Geri right now, because I have a present for you, Jer.
Oh, no.
So I'm on something called Fine Art America. Now I have a little online store, and my art, you can get the originals, yes, but there's also prints and coffee mugs and tote bags and all this cool stuff. And this is my present to you.
That's beautiful. The angel.
Yeah, the angel. That's for you
Thank
because you're an
you.
angel.
Thank you, Karen.
Oh, you're welcome.
Oh.
You know I love you.
This is beautiful, guys. Okay, so it's the angel. Oh my
The
gosh.
angel's watching over you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You have no idea how much I love this.
Oh, I'm so glad.
Thank
Well,
you.
you have no idea how much I love this poem you wrote. My God. And just to show you also, I feel, I don't like sales, honestly, but I feel like a salesperson. But hey, we all have to survive. This is one of my tote bags. This is a painting, too. And it's called Les Jardins. And this cool place, Fine Art America, whoops. And then I also have a pillow. See? They make it, that's my Wolfie, Kyle Wolfie. I miss you. I love you so much. He's in heaven. He's going to be the first being that greets me when I cross over.
Amazing, amazing.
Yes. So, but I use it as a back support because it's comfy. And anyway, so there's all kinds of, ways that you could check out my art. Like I said, KarenWallo-fineart.com. I'm on Facebook, Facebook.com. That's my regular Facebook is Karen Wallo, Karen Deering. That is a story we need to talk about, the whole Irish thing. Animals Art Music is my business page. I'm on Band Mix for my bands. I'm on YouTube. And, oh, this is really cool. My art manager, Robert Michael Turco, and myself now have a YouTube channel. We are doing something very innovative.
Okay.
That really hasn't, I don't think it's been done. Okay. So I live on one side of the house. He lives on the other. So I'm in the painting in the studio, and he's looking at my painting and creating music to go with the painting. And then he creates these YouTube videos where it's like a meditation experience. You can look at my painting and hear this beautiful music that he writes. It's so amazing. And so we have many plans with that. We're thinking maybe of, who knows, down the line, especially if we hit the Powerball, we're going to open up a gallery and have it be an interactive kind of thing.
That's cool.
So, yeah, it's very cool. So that's something I wanted to mention. And what else do I want to mention? I want to talk about my bands a little bit. Okay. So I'm in a few different bands. I'm in one band that's a horn band called New Jersey's Most Wanted, NJ's Most Wanted Band. We are on Facebook. We were actually just in a parade in Milltown on the 4th of July on a flatbed truck that was moving. Wow. That was an experience. That's all I'm going to say. But it was fun. And Milltown is a lovely town here in New Jersey. So the energy of the people was just phenomenal as we were going along and doing our music. So, and we also played recently at the North Brunswick Youth and Sports Fest in North Brunswick, and that was kind of for the kids and all. We do benefits and things. We have some private parties coming up. Then I'm in a band called the Danger Dogs. Interesting name, right?
Okay. How many bands are you in present?
3.
Okay. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Okay. Now, the Danger Dogs, we have some gigs coming up at the Idle Hour on July 29th. And on the 30th of July, we're playing at the Blue Grotto, which is in Oceanport. Very cool place. We're also playing again at the Asbury Park Fest Hall and Beer Garden. We played there before, and they loved us, so they asked us back. We're going to be there the end of August. We have a website, dangerdogs.com, so you can check us out. And then, of course, I'm in an all-girl country band, but right now we're just pretty much doing occasional private parties and things. So those are the 3 bands, and then I occasionally sub for Jersey's Duck and Cover and Dragonfly as well. So it's fun. I keep really busy.
So, all right, so let me ask you something.
Yes.
So, present, right now, today.
Yes.
So I know you've had a lot of struggles over
Yes.
the last 5 years.
Yes.
I love bringing positivity to the audience because there's a lot of people, Karen, that are still struggling. So without going in detail about your struggles, because we've all pretty much had the same here or there, how did you overcome all your heartache and pain and struggles?
That's a very good question. So, number 1, God. Of course. Amen to that. Jesus. If not for my connection with the Lord, I don't think I'd be here, honestly. So prayer, meditation. Number 2 would be my friends. And one family member in particular, my sister, CJ Deering, who I'm crazy about. Hi, sis, if you're watching.
Hi, sis.
She's in North Carolina, and I must tell that story too at some point. And my singing, when I'm on stage singing, all is well. No matter what is going on, the show must always go on. Back when I was with the Box Tops, I had just lost my dad, and I had to go on stage and sing in front of 20,000 people. And I did a fantastic job because the show must always go on. And so what I'm working on now is learning how to be in my power off the stage too, not just when I'm on the stage. And I'm doing really well with that. So my singing has kept my sanity, and my art, especially starting to paint again. That's been a huge blessing. And I just can't stop. I'm painting like I didn't sleep good last night because I was up painting all night. I created like 7 originals in the last like 6, 7 weeks, and I'm trying to make up for lost time. Life is short; it goes by very, very fast, and I just want to change the world for the better, and that brings me to my animal, my animal stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. This is me with 100% wolf out in Colorado.
Love it.
Yep, and this is another one with another 100% wolf. And you know how you said you had a snake wrapped around you? I did too.
I had snakes, like 5 of them.
Oh, awesome. I had a snake wrapped around me too, a boa constrictor. And I love animals. And I fed a wolf Velveeta cheese out of my mouth. Okay, so
I would too.
equally as crazy as you,
Okay,
girlfriend.
I would too. Listen, I French kissed a parrot, okay?
Oh,
Not by
absolutely.
choice,
I have too.
But I didn't stop him. I didn't care. I was like, leave him alone, okay?
Oh my God. Okay, now we're going to get crazy. So when I was swimming with dolphins
Yep,
in the
yep,
wild
I
in
did that
Hawaii,
too, yep.
I was told, look out, there's a dolphin that gets amorous. I said, where is he?
That's right. Okay?
Where is that dolphin?
Stop.
Hello? Where's... And you know that movie Whale Rider? I'm like, I wanted to be that woman. I want to just go in the ocean and be with the whales forever.
So I always said I needed to be a mermaid. Because
Yes.
Okay.
Me too. This is getting more cosmic by the second.
yes.
When I swam with manatees in Florida, I held up an entire boat because I wouldn't leave.
Okay.
I was down there with my snorkel gear. I had 8 manatees around me. I'm scratching their bellies. I'm like, okay, I'm in bliss right now. I'm never leaving.
That's right.
I want to live here, breathe the water, and never leave, period.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
You know.
I know.
I
so
know
wait,
you know.
I'll tell you a tiny little quick
You
story.
tell me.
So I took my daughter to Australia and New Zealand when she was only she was like 14. She's 41 now, but this was a while ago, and we were going to swim with the sharks and all that stuff.
Oh, cool.
And we were going to, deep sea diving and the whole bit. So there were instructors for groups. So I paid the guy extra just for her and I. I mean, here's, I'm taking my 14-year-old daughter. I'm like, So 3 of us go down, but I'm next to my daughter. I start hyperventilating because all I'm thinking is my kid's with me. So we go up and he goes, are you okay? I said, no, listen, you got to be in the middle. I can't look at her. I have to pretend, I'm trusting you with my kid, but I have to pretend she's not here. Soon as we went back down, everything was fine. We had sharks in our faces. It was amazing.
Awesome.
Whales. I mean, it didn't matter because I had to pretend my daughter wasn't there. But it was amazing. Forget it.
Because you would have been too worried
That's
about
right.
her. I get
Yep.
that. I'm the same
And
way.
I trusted him, and he was fine. But I had to. I even threw off a bridge in New Zealand, the bungee bridge where AJ Hackett
You
did his
threw-
first jump. She didn't want to do it, so I had to attach her to someone. They said, attach her to you. I said, how could I jump off a bridge with my kid attached to me? So
I love
someone
it. I
on her
love it.
honeymoon's husband was too scared, so we attached Tiffany to her, and she jumped
Threw her
over.
off a bridge.
Okay?
I love it. I don't know. Things are just popping in my head. Have you ever been to Maui?
Of course.
Yeah. Okay. You know where you go hiking on those mountains? Those
That's
cool.
right.
And you know where the sign says, "Don't go past this point." Guess what I
Okay,
did?
you had to.
I climbed the fence and Did you do that?
I didn't
Was
do
that
it.
you I
No,
saw?
that wasn't me. I didn't do it because I was with a group that they were holding me back. I wasn't allowed to do certain things. I was cracking up laughing because they all knew me. They're like, no, we're not.
I did. I climbed up.
great.
I jumped the fence. I was by myself. I climbed up this mountain, slid back down, covered in mud, and then I said, I have to get to the top. I have to get to the top. So I got to the top, and the view is beyond.
Amazing.
Beyond. Yeah, yeah. Oh,
Yes,
my
amazing.
God. We are such daredevils. I love it.
Crazy.
Things are just popping into my head. I don't know. You know Victoria, that island off of in Canada? You know what I'm talking
Well,
about?
I've been to Canada a ton of times. I don't remember the islands.
There's
but
an island on the west coast, and anyway, there's a Victoria bug zoo. So I saw this. This is totally unrelated to art, music, or anything. And I'm like, oh, cool, a bug zoo. So I go in there, and there's a bunch of 8th graders who are being taken around by their teacher. And I'm like, I just joined them and started like learning all about all these cool bugs, right? So she had a tarantula, and the woman who was doing the tour, and she said, who wants to hold a tarantula? Me! I want to hold the tarantula. So I have a picture of me holding the tarantula. I'm like,
That's what I'm looking for.
He was real.
Keep talking.
Oh, you're looking for a picture
I
of?
have.
Oh my
I
God.
have bugs and things and yes. Okay.
Okay,
So,
but I draw the
Well,
line
here.
at ticks. I do not like
okay,
ticks.
So these are my little
Oh,
mouse I
he's so
found,
cute.
And I left them in a shoe and I took care of them.
Aw.
Okay. Snakes, whatever. But here's
Yeah.
the big spiders. I had a spider farm. And
Nice.
I didn't care. And there's look.
Wow,
I don't
very cool.
I don't care.
Are you sure we're not
Okay,
related?
isn't that funny?
Are we related?
Isn't that funny?
Okay, you better do your ancestry.
I
Speaking
did.
of which,
I did.
should I tell that story now?
Go ahead.
The ancestry
Go ahead.
story?
You have.
Okay, all right. So, oh my goodness. All right. After my beloved Kyle Wolfie went and crossed the Rainbow Bridge, there he is. He was 87% wolf, and the rest was Alaskan Malamute. That's why he has that cute heart there. Anyway, all my friends were worried about me because I was so totally depressed, and so they sent me to Czech Republic to see my cousins, Isabella and Richard. And they're both veterinarians and massive dog lovers and animal lovers in general. So we're in Brno, and I'm having a wonderful time with my cousins. And then they dropped me off about 10 days later in Prague. And I was in an Airbnb alone. At 1 o'clock in the morning, my Ancestry.com results come in on email. I'm like, oh, cool, I'll find more Wallos. How cool is this? Only, guess what? There wasn't a single Wallo on my report. So I was freaking out. I'm like, what's going on here? What is going on? Patty Deering, Kimberly Deering, Kelly Deering, Deering. I'm like, oh my God. And then I remember when I was 19, my mom told me that she actually was with someone named John Thomas Deering, and he's my father. And so I didn't believe her at the time. I'm like, nah, I don't believe you. Well, guess what? It was true. So the good news is that once I contacted some cousins, they ended up helping me find my sister, who I am absolutely crazy about. And we only met in 2018. So we've only been in each other's lives 4 years ago. My grandparents were massive animal lovers. They had a farm in Lake Placid. My grandmother, Ruth Deering, lived to be 105. So I'm hoping I have her DNA. I do have her DNA. I'm hoping I live to be that long. But I did miss out on a childhood with them. But the blessing is my sister is the coolest. And she's probably turning all shades of red. She doesn't like the accolades like I do. She's not like that. But she is a comedian. She actually works as a counselor for drug addicts and alcoholics.
How about that, girl?
What a trip. Yup. Look at that. And you're our new sister. And then in addition to that, I find out that my father, John Thomas Deering, was also a singer. So, you see, isn't that something?
Isn't that crazy?
It is crazy. It is. So all my life, I think I'm so cool because I'm 100% Czechoslovakian, and I can speak a little Yaksamash and stuff. And then I'm in Czech Republic, and I find out I'm only half. That I'm half Czech and half Irish. So, and then I'm like, oh, that makes sense now. Why I always wanted to go to Irish pubs all the time, and why I love
my gosh,
Celtic
that's so
music
funny.
and Celtic jewelry. All my jewelry's
That's so
Celtic,
funny.
Celtic. And this was before I found out I was Irish. Isn't that wild?
I did the DNA as well, and I don't believe anyone's 100% anything anymore. We're not.
No, we're
it's
not.
almost impossible.
That's true.
So, but we grow up 100% our culture, like I did Italian. So when I did it, I got it as a gift. I would have sworn I had African American in me and American Indian. I would have sworn. And no, I was a little upset about that. I have some Russian in me, and I'm fine with all that, but I'm just saying it was just weird how you think something and it's the opposite.
You're right, right. Well, what I found out something really two weird things with my DNA. One is I have some undisclosed, and I'm like, well, I'm from another planet, probably Venus.
Okay.
So I have some, they don't know what it is. Okay, that's one weird thing. And then on top of that, I find out that I have more than 75% of the population of Neanderthal blood. And Neanderthals are not what we think. We always think Neanderthals are stupid, this and that. No, quite the opposite.
Right.
They had huge brains. So
agree.
very
I never
intelligent.
thought they were stupid anyway.
Yeah. Well, some people do if they don't know. They hear Neanderthal, they make fun of it. So, I'm part Neanderthal and very proud of it.
That's so cool. So, Kat, we have a few minutes left.
Okay.
I don't want you to forget to say anything important that you wanted to talk about. So you have your notes.
Oh, there's so much. There's
Okay.
so much. Okay. So one other shout out to Mill Pond Music Academy. Mill Pond Music Academy in Allentown. Peter, he just hired me to teach voice and piano.
In Allentown,
over
New
there.
Jersey.
In Allentown, New Jersey.
And that's where I went to high school, guys.
Oh, another
I
weird
graduated
synchronicity.
1979 Allentown High.
Oh my
So
God.
where exactly is this school?
It's where that cool sugar cane bamboo
Okay.
trail is.
Everything's
Do you know what I'm
so
talking
new.
about? The
Everything's
mill, the old
Oh,
mill,
the old
and that
mill.
cool bridge.
Yes, the
It's
old
right
mill.
there.
Gotcha.
It's a cute little barn. It used to be a barn. It's like
Yes.
from I don't know, the
So
1700s or the
cool.
1800s.
Yes.
The first question, is it haunted? That's what I had to ask him. Is it haunted? Anyway, I'm excited. So I'm going to be teaching there on Tuesdays. And so I just got so much going on. And I mean, I have some poetry here too.
Why don't you read one of your poems?
Oh my word,
Pick
really?
one. Yes.
Yeah, but after hearing yours,
Listen to me, and I'm going to read another one at the end, but I want you to pick one of your poems.
I don't know which one I should
Which
read.
one? What are they called? Tell me.
Okay. There's one called We Are As One,
Okay.
and there's another one called My Immortal Beloved. I'm going to have to use my little reading glasses here.
So
Which one? There's one that's shorter than the other. This one's kind of intense.
This one's intense?
Yeah, they're
Read
both.
this.
Oh.
I love intense.
Because we are related, I'm
Okay.
convinced. Okay. This is called We Are As One.
Okay.
My blood sings songs that speak your name. Like a river, you flow through me. I can never be the same. The sweet sound of your sensual voice brings tears to my eyes as I rejoice. The connections, the coincidences never cease. I must see you soon to have our release. This is a dance we've danced before. Thousands of times we've walked through this door, and 1,000 times more we will do it again, for our eternal love must never end.
That's beautiful.
Really? Oh, thank you. I like yours better.
That's beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wow. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
She is a poet, and I know it.
yeah,
Beautiful.
I love poetry. I really do. I've got another one. I don't know if you want to
So
hear.
Read it.
You want to hear
I
this one?
think it's
Okay, why not?
beautiful.
All right.
Let's do it.
All right. This one's a little bit longer.
So what?
Okay. The name of it is My Immortal Beloved. Hold on to me like the sky has the moon, brighter than the darkness, lighting the way, beckoning not to part while broken yet stay. We had just begun to feel the swell of the tides, holding us both so deeply in her eyes. It's the forest of magic while the sun lays its rays, our kiss lifting us higher than ever, I must say. The song I heard you sing as you lift your hurt wing, to fly again with me and a second chance bring. Back that higher frequency to set us soaring, so far above the rest, and forever is the test. Rejoined yet apart, our hearts broken from the start. How cruel of you, nature, this timing so wrong. Missing one another forever, remaining so strong. The future's uncertain seems already written. From that first moment, we were totally smitten. One body, one mind, one soul we do share. Bring me back to our home and show how you care. Fold yourself against me, no time to despair. Bittersweet how it is, yet so real somewhere. Orbiting with me to the moon, to the stars, remembering the future, it is written so far. Frozen moments, frozen tears that melt just like snow. Stay with me until forever and never let me go. Twin flames, soulmates, best friends, pure love. You're my heart, my breath. We just fit like a glove.
Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I love poetry.
Me too.
Art and poetry to me.
Me too.
It's almost like they have to go together.
Yes, they do. They do.
Okay? Not to the average person, but to me and now to you, I guess, right?
Oh,
Because
for sure.
That's how I feel about that.
Yes, yes.
You know, when I'm looking at art that I do, it's like a poem with color.
Absolutely. And that reminds me of something else. My art manager, Bob Turco, he wants to do not only just combine music and art, but he wants me to actually write poetry to be streaming down
You have
in a
to.
video. You know,
You have to.
yeah, I'm going to.
Oh my
believe
gosh.
me. Right? Isn't
Yes.
that wild?
Yes.
Yeah. I know. I'm totally
So cool.
excited. I know all this right brain activity is
I love
very intense.
I want to read a poem out of my book, and there's
Awesome.
a reason why.
Awesome.
Because what we talked about, and even a little bit of something I wrote in the poem to you, is what you're doing with your talents. Okay, God gives them to us. We all have talents, guys. We just have to really find them, dig deep, and utilize them, and that's giving back, okay, the gifts God has given you.
Amen.
So this poem is called Utilizing Gifts and Talents. We are born with talents, we are born with drive, with different gifts to help us thrive. I knew early on I was born to draw and paint and to also write poetry and to talk without restraint. Our gifts and talents should all be used, God's gift to us not be abused. We can go far in life for sure, using our gifts to go on tour. All our talents should be used to create ourselves and more, then our jobs to share them, to even up the score. You see, in life, what's needed is not just for ourselves. Once our gifts are mastered, take them off the shelves. A living we can make by spreading them around, not just for the money, but to spread a peaceful sound. Don't take for granted the gifts you're given. Go out and spread the joy. Our gifts are not to be held back for us to self-destroy. Put your efforts forth. Do not hesitate. All your talents, my friend, are never second-rate. Never hold them back or you will surely die. Maybe not in body, but your soul will cry. Our gifts were made to share, our talents made to soar. Go through life enlightened and then you can roar. Be proud of who you are. Be happy you're alive. Once again, my friend, your gifts will help you thrive. By putting efforts forth, not keeping them at bay, your name will live forever, girl, forever and a day. Go through life excited for what you sure can give. To yourself and others is our reason to live. Our grave will be quite lonely, but our legacy lives on. Make sure people smile with the breaking dawn. And that's what you're doing.
Oh my
But
God,
that's
that
what
was
you're doing.
gorgeous.
You're making people smile, okay?
So are you, Jer.
So listen, you know, everybody out there, all right, I don't want to cry, and I don't.
I know, I'm about to cry
Now
too
listen.
because your poetry makes me cry.
Let's give some shout-outs. Mike Wagner,
Okay.
John Terlizzi. Come on, girl.
Mike Wagner, I love you. You know, you being on your show is probably the reason that many of these things are happening for me, even my painting again, because your show gave me a huge audience, and my art manager, who has become like a brother to me, Bob Turco, discovered me and said, hey, she's the next Van Gogh. I got to help her out. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, John Terlizzi. I love you both so much.
So I love you guys as well. Mike Wagner, kisses, mwah. Okay, love you, man. John Terlizzi, he was my connection with Mike Wagner and with you.
Yes.
John Terlizzi's the guy, and I have some cool stuff to say about John.
He's fabulous.
He's now coming on as one of our Hamilton radio hosts, okay? And we're going to name his show. His name had to be in it, and guys, he didn't choose to have his name in it. I did, okay? So his name is going to be Terlizzi's Doo-Wop and Golden Memories Show.
Nice.
Right here on Hamilton Radio. How cool is that?
That's super cool.
Okay, and my guys are making a design for him and everything.
That's awesome.
All right, he's the guy. He's the guy.
He is. He's so fabulous. He shares and on Facebook all the time, and he's such a loving, wonderful soul.
Promotes all of us.
He
We
does.
just
He
love
really promotes us all, and we love him.
So what else? What else can we talk about? A few more minutes.
Oh my goodness! You tell me. What do you want to talk about?
All right. So all right. Let me ask you this. So my art is more black and white.
Okay.
Real life. I had to do to get into art school. I had to do my self-portrait. We had to do all that. You had to do certain things. I'm going to tell you a cute, funny little story, and then because I like to do still life, real things. Okay, whatever. I was only 17, and I had to live at my Nana's in Astoria, New York, to go to art school because we lived in New Jersey. So she got my room all set up for me. She got my room all set up for me. I didn't really speak too much Italian. I knew all the curse words. And she didn't speak really any American English, right? Okay. So back then, things were a little different. I'm not sure how they are now, but SVA is closing up, I believe. And over the last, say, 5 to 10 years, it was mostly technology. So everything was done through the computers. We had to do everything pen and paper and pencil, okay? 17 years old, we meet our drawing teacher the first time. We walk in, and he's a hippie. He's barefoot, he's got holes in his jeans, which weren't the thing back then, long hair, the whole bit. He's got 5 naked models.
Wow.
Sitting.
Oh my
Now,
God.
one of them was probably a 300-pound guy in his 50s. One of them was a perfect guy. Look, what we would think perfect is, perfectly built woman, a very overweight woman, and then a very elderly man naked, maybe 80 years old at the time, whatever.
Wow.
So he says, let's go, draw. Pick one and draw. So we're 17, keep that in mind, and we're starting at the head, the face. He's walking around. He goes up to the desk, pounds on the desk. Stop. If you people came here to be artists, I want to see body parts, but he didn't say the word body parts. He said the words. And he said, now, go. So long story short, here I am with my portfolio with all body parts. So the next day is painting. You have a different portfolio I had to bring. That's in my bedroom at my Nana's. I come home, and she's on the phone screaming in Italian to my dad, pointing at the body parts.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm screaming, Nana, no, my homework, my homework.
That's my homework.
So I grab the phone, Dad, it's my homework. I'll be there tomorrow. I'll be there tomorrow.
No way.
Okay? Yes.
That's hilarious.
Okay?
Oh my goodness.
Things were very different then, Kat.
Yeah. Well, when I took my art classes in Montclair State University, even though we did realism, and I can do realism,
Yes.
my heart is
Yes.
in abstract, and that's what I won the Guggenheim
you have
Award
to do
for.
where your heart
Yes.
is. But isn't that
And
funny? For
yeah,
kids,
that
we
is
were kids
hilarious.
back then.
And I like to put on brainwave synchronization CDs and binaural beats and things
Yeah.
like that, and I go into like a zone.
Yeah.
Like I don't even know where it comes from, to be honest. I mean, sometimes it comes in a dream, sometimes it's in my head already, other times it just pours out into the canvas, but it is the most fulfilling thing, and my goal is to make the world a more beautiful, safe place for all of us. That is my goal in life. And I don't have human children like yourself. So my dogs who are in heaven are my children. I do some dog sitting to get my dog love, and my art are my kids as well.
So Ruben, we're going to take about 5 more minutes and then we'll close, but I want to give the spotlight to you. You have 5 more minutes. What would you like to share with everyone? How would you, I want to say my thank yous first, and I'm going to give you the last 5 minutes. Thank you to you, Karen, first and foremost, for honoring me with this incredible interview. Finally, not only did we get to do this interview, we got to meet. She's not far. She's actually living in my town for right now. That's pretty cool.
It's cosmic.
Okay? And this is our new studio, everybody, so you're one of the first. Here we go. So thank you to everyone listening. Please, please share this video. And I want you to close out, Cara, before my theme song. You got 5 minutes. What would you like to tell everybody out there?
Don't give up. I don't want to cry, but I have been through hell and back several times, and I know many of you have. And no matter what you go through, if you focus on the Lord, if you stay with your heart, if you think about your dreams and what you really want to do in life, everybody has talents, as Jer mentioned earlier. Everybody has a talent. You don't have to be an artist and a singer, musician, poet, whatever. Everybody, even whatever, cooking, which I cannot do, okay? Everyone has a gift that God has given you. Tap into that gift. Figure out what it is. And if you have a dream, I don't care how old you are. I don't care if you're 95 years old. Go after that dream. Do not give up. You know, we're living in a really crazy world with this whole COVID stuff and everything else. But my advice to everybody is try not to get too stuck in all of the minutia, all the negativity that's going on in the world. My goal as a singer, artist, animal advocate is to leave my mark on this planet. Like, I have a big goal, and I have almost made it big several times in both my music and my art, and different tragedies have thwarted my dreams. But now things are opening up. So there's always hope. There's always hope. I cannot stress that more and with more passion. And all of a sudden, everything's turning around for the better for me. And if it can do that for me, it can do that for all of you. So just keep your eyes, your heart, and everything on the Lord. Whatever your beliefs are, whatever, stay with your friends, your family, and your dreams. Never give up on your dreams, because I'm not gonna. I don't care if I'm 105 and I become a world famous artist. It's going to happen. And it's going to happen before I die or lose my ear.
I love it. So I forgot, we do have one more of your tracks.
Oh, you do?
So we're going to play it.
Cool.
And then we'll have you talk about it, and then we'll
All right.
close. We'll
all
talk
right.
about your song. Do you want to talk first or play it?
No, play it first.
Play
That's
it first.
cool.
Okay, Ruben.
Okay.
Whoa, whoa, it's so fun. Gotta get back, 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 gotta get back to your love. Gotta get back, 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 gotta get back to your love. Gotta get back, 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 gotta get back to your love.
Thank you, thank you, thank you very much. What an amazing song. Karen, tell everybody about that.
Okay, that song was, I did that song with Danny Bracuto, who is one of my best friends on the planet. Hi, Danny. And Paul Drago, two extremely talented songwriters, players, singers. Danny and I go way back. We were in wedding bands together and stuff, and we recorded that song. And I'm singing all the backgrounds with myself. It's always good to sing with yourself. So,
That's cute. I like
Yeah.
that. So, all right, Kara. So we're going to close the show.
okay.
Everybody, Karen Wallo, okay? I mean, come on. This was an amazing show. Thank you, girlfriend. Your artwork is incredible. Your poetry is awesome. And what I love most about you is the animal connection you and I have,
I love that too.
okay? So, everybody, thank you. Ruben, close us out.
Thank you, Jerry. I love you.
Love you too, girl.
Ladies and gentlemen, Geri Petito.
I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time, this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Geri Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Loves the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.
When you don't know just what to do.
Just what to do, just what to do.
If what you're feeling is really true.
Is it really true? Is it really true?
Just keep your ideas safe and sound.
Safe and sound, safe and sound.
That's exactly how change is found.
Change is found, change is found. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time, this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Geri Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Loves the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.